Hello everyone, this is MJPW and welcome back to another Toy Story 5 product that has come out. This is a enormous Woody doll that I did not, or figurine, whichever you would like to prefer. I did not expect him to be this large. I honestly thought that, he was going to be like yay high, probably half his size, honestly. But no, this is the running Woody. There was like no videos, at least at this time. I'm sure there will be of this guy, and I thought it would be a fun one to review on the channel. I'll admit, when I first saw this online, and it says like running Woody, you pull the pull string and he can run. I honestly was thinking and looking at the pictures that maybe you can like pull it and you set him down and he'll actually go. I don't think that's the case. I think it's like you hold him and you pull the pull string and he looks like he's running. That's my guess. It would be really fun if it was the first. I don't know. I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen any videos on him. I wanted to see something on him, but there's like nothing out there. And like I said, this guy is huge. Did not fully expect that. Looking at the box, is pretty general. As far as the interactive figurines and things like that, those are like a lot smaller. Like I said, they're like the half height of this guy. This is the 12-inch Woody. There is also a Jessie that is a large scale that she like holds her hands up to her face, both of her hands, and she yodels. And I think it's for as long as you hold it up there, the longer it goes, and it stops as soon as you let go, pretty interesting. I don't think I'll be getting that one, but I think it's a little interesting. So I just reviewed Bullseye, the remote control Bullseye. I'm pretty certain that the 12-inch scale figurines are the ones that go with that Bullseye, if you happen to be curious, or if you see that video, because I did see a picture where this one was beside that Bullseye and it looked like the right fit. And aside from these though, you can also get the large scale figurines that don't have like a gimmick, because I don't remember how much he costed, but obviously he has the gimmick of like you pull the pull string and he'll talk, and he has the gimmick of running. But you can also get this scale without all of that. Like it would just be like a plastic figurine. But as far as this guy, pull string for sounds and running action. It's up to Woody to save the day. Repeatedly use the pull string on his back to activate his signature floppy run, along with over 50 signature sounds and phrases. I don't like when they say like, oh yeah, there's 50 sounds and phrases, because it's like you can never get through them all because they're all randomized. So it's like you would never know all of the sounds that's on there. And they could, I don't know. Surely they wouldn't just be saying that because, that would be false advertising. But I don't know. Like the Ultimate Action, by the way, that's a good video if you want to see that one as well. I just reviewed those. The Ultimate Action Woody and Buzz, I think on those it says like 70 plus sounds for each of those. And but Buzz does have like a lot of sounds, like sound effects, aside from the voice lines. But Woody has a lot of just regular voice lines, but it still says there's 70 plus. I think it said 70 plus. It might have said 90 plus, but I think it said 70. Could be wrong, I don't know, but it says that there's a lot. So when it says there's a lot and it's randomized, I don't necessarily like that. And again, this is a Mattel product. 50 plus sounds. Oh, so this one says 50 plus. Ooh. His head is a little floppity. Of course, the arms are floppy. You can't really pose them because they are so floppy. You can, however, the joint that's up at the shoulders, you can fix those in a position and they'll stay. The legs, of course, no, as far as I can tell. Well, I guess you can do that, but I think it does that when, I think it changes when you pull the pull string, so I don't think that'll stick. But as far as I can tell, the only thing you can fully change, oh, I don't even think you can rotate his head. But you can do the shoulders if you wanted to. Here at the bottom, it says push arms and legs down to reset. Okay. So, in the Try Me, which it's funny that this box is so open, just so you can try it. And I think I mentioned, I don't remember how much he costed, but he did cost a little bit.
There's a snake in my boots. Well, howdy, I'm Sheriff Woody. We're in this together, partner. Hey, who's got my hat? A sheriff always needs his deputy. Nice to see you, partner. Yes, sir. Time to round us up an adventure. Thanks to deputies like you, the Wild West is safe. Howdy, folks. Coast clear? Reporting for duty, Sheriff. Hey, howdy, hey. I'd like to join your posse, boys, but first I'm going to sing a little song. Where's my rope? Howdy. You're my favorite deputy. Hey, howdy, hey. Somebody's poisoned the water hole. Well, howdy, nice to see ya. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. There's a snake in my boots. Well, howdy, I'm Sheriff Woody. We're in this together, partner.
Okay. So it sounds like he doesn't necessarily have a try me mode. Obviously, we're going to get him out of here of the packaging. We're going to check him out a little bit closer. But it sounds like the voice lines aren't set to like a try me while he's in this packaging. I think the try me is just the limited little bit that you can see that he moves when you pull the pull string. Something else to notice, obviously, yes, he does have a pull string. This is meant to be the Toy Story 5 variant of Woody, but except he does have a pull string, but he does not have a badge. So I think they could have met in the middle for that and just given him the badge as well, which, I mean, it's not hard. You could just, you might could just make a badge or something like that to go with him. But it is weird that there is a pull string. I mean, and that's such a weird thing to say in regards of Woody. But, yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to get him out of this packaging, and we'll fully see what he does. Alrighty, so I got him all taken out of the box. Just in case if you're curious ever, this is the size of the batteries that he takes. Just in case if you're curious. And just to kind of check him out overall, like I said, I was right, there is no like other switches that's for, like on off or like try me. There's not like more that you can do outside of the packaging. And honestly, like, because obviously I pulled the pull string outside of the packaging, and it kind of does like the same thing. Obviously I'll demonstrate it some more. Taking a look at his hat, and then we'll look at some other details that we couldn't see. This is his hat. Pretty standard, I think, for the lower rated figurines. It's pretty much one color. It looks on camera like it's a little darker, but I think that might just be my camera. Yeah, there you go. You can see it's all one color. It's not like different shaded or anything. It's interesting. There's different layers in there. Different like grip lines in there. It's really interesting. Maybe that's, well, no, I don't think that lines up. As far as like the ring around there, that's interesting. It is really rubbery material. I probably shouldn't say it's rubber, because like I don't know if that's the correct material. It's just, rubber like, if that makes sense. And you could see like he stands up pretty well on his own. As far as paint job, spurs aren't painted. The red lines in the plaid, I think that's the right term, is not painted. The holster is not painted. The belt buckle was pretty well painted though. It's got a nice shine to it. It is actual metallic gold look, so that's pretty cool. Obviously, like we talked about, no star. He does have his pull string. Doesn't have the stitches like he would have after Toy Story 4. The glaring obvious thing, you can see it clearly, is the speaker in the back of his head. It looks really, really weird, and very, honestly, way too open, I think. I guess that's so they didn't have to have a bunch of holes on the back and stuff, but I think there could be a better way than doing that, because that just looks incredibly, like, very noticeable, I think. Unless you're looking at him from the side or the front. Obviously, you can't see that, but, I definitely foresee some kid, like, being like, what is that? And, like, sticking something through there and damaging the speaker. As far as I know, I believe that's the speaker. You tell me. Pretty sure it's the speaker. And there's your battery compartment, all in the back of his head. Very interesting. And if you remember on the box where it said reset his arms and legs, that is to get the pull string back out, which that will make more sense here in just a second. Also, I do like how his handkerchief is pretty well sculpted. It's not got any of the details of it, but, for something like this, I wouldn't have expected that. Most of the details that I'm talking about, I wouldn't expect anyway on the figurines, just because they haven't did that in a long time, as far as I know. This would be so much easier with 3 hands. I'm gonna try my best here. It's a little complicated trying to do this one-handed.
Where's my rope? Howdy. You're my favorite deputy. Hey, howdy, hey. Somebody's poisoned the water hole. Well, howdy, nice to see you. We gotta go, now. Okay, my legs can only go so fast. This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. There's a snake in my boots. No, retreat. You're not getting away from us, bandit. Quick, we almost got them. Gotcha. We did it. We stopped the robbery.
All right. I hope some of that footage was usable. Had to kind of weirdly prop it up, but yeah, so I reset his arms back down a little bit, and if the pull string ever gets stuck, like what I was talking about, if you fix his legs out and you fix his arms back too, it'll pop right back out. You can use him back to normal. I do think it's interesting, you have to keep pulling it, and it does have a thing where it's like it plays sound effects of him actually running, and he has quotes of him running. So on top of having the running thing and having just general kind of quotes, if you're just pulling it and not continuously pulling it, I think that's awesome. I think that's a pretty good deal. As far as, though, the price is pretty steep, but since it is a larger scale, just, figurine, I think it's a little more justified. Now, I just wish, it had a little bit more detail and things like that. That's all I would like. Yeah, I think that's like my main things I would say. I do really like this. The head sculpt is fantastic. Really, I mean, I don't think I've ever had many complaints with much of the sculpting of the figurines or anything like that. Even with the, like the $10 figurines, things like that, I don't think I've ever had a complaint with those as well. It's just, the paint jobs, that's the only thing I think I wished would improve over the course of anything with Mattel. And I say Mattel, but also Thinkway did the same, where there was some lesser paint job stuff that came out during Toy Story 4. But, here or there, whatever. I think it's really cool to have figurines and things like that like to talk. And, even figurines that can do stuff. I think that's cool. Yeah, this whole thing has been really nostalgic. I've been actually watching videos just of like older Toy Story toys that I used to have from a long time ago. So this has been a really fun journey. But don't tune away, because I have a bunch more on the way. There is stuff even coming tomorrow, probably Friday as well. I think there may be another thing today, or there may be another thing. There may be 2 things tomorrow. I don't know. It just depends on the shipping times and things like that. But anyways, regardless, as far as running Woody, I think it's a pretty good deal. Not a good deal if it's the same cost for what it is, but I will say it's better than this scale and paying $20. So I'll leave it at that. Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to check out all the other Toy Story 5 merchandise. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.